But
We are live. Let me load this.
Hey, everybody.
what up?
I'm doing the wave, but you can't tell. This is just my shoulders. Don't laugh at me, man.
Sorry.
Hurt my feelings.
All right.
Giggity.
Let's keep an eye on the chat also. Make sure we don't forget about those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean, yesterday at Throne Talk, I didn't realize that the chat in this window is not the chat on YouTube. This is just a chat for us right now.
Wow,
This
you're an
little chat button.
idiot. You're stupid, dude.
It happens to the best of us.
Wow. No, it never happened to me.
Well, you ignored
yesterday. I was in the chat.
ignored the CIA.
I wonder what that is. Like, just
What was
somebody
that?
on
That was
YouTube.
weird.
It's a joke, YouTube. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, Manny, kick us off.
Hold on. Okay, ready?
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You're probably a doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Hold on to your butts.
Hey guys, my name is.
Yeah. I'm Dean.
I'm Manny.
I'm
You
Rainer.
butchered it. Let's redo
That's my
that.
bad.
No, let's go.
You
Let's
butchered it.
This is
continue.
my first episode with the intro. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
All right, you ready?
This podcast is raw.
Yeah, dude.
All right, you ready? 3, 2. Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Manny, and when I hear that intro, I pee a little bit.
And I'm the illustrious Rainer.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is the weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
Yes, that is
Dean
true.
is back. This is episode 38, The Rise of Dean. The star of the show, the man, the myth, the legend is back.
Yeah.
And with his first show back, we have a new format. Dean, take it away.
New this week. Or are you guys going to join in on me?
Yeah.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
New
this
week.
week.
Oh, why'd you do it so slow?
That was
Yeah, why did you do it? All right, let's do it again. Let's up the tempo. Ready?
All right, Dean. I'll see you in court.
Okay. All right, everybody.
You ready?
3, 2, 1.
New
this
week.
Okay.
All right.
It's just horrible.
Okay, so what I got into this week, Rainer picked up a Black Series Padme for me, which is a phenomenal figure. Nailed the head sculpt. The face printing tech is amazing as always. But also anything Padme also kind of like skyrockets in price, I guess, because they don't make a lot of her stuff.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get a 6-inch version of her, because the only other one is the SH Figure Arts, and she's like $200, which is insane for a 6-inch figure. And then my other new this week is big reveal. Manny already saw it.
Oh, yes. Dude.
The biggest reveal.
Hell
The
yeah.
1/6 kit Jon Snow head.
God damn. So I guess so you kept telling me, is it sold out yet? Is it sold out? And I'm like, dude, check the link. Like, why do you keep asking me? So
Yeah,
I guess you were playing with me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't want you
Dude,
to know I
that
ordered
looks
it.
fantastic.
Dude,
I
it
got
looks
that really
really
cool.
does.
When did you order it?
the day it came out.
What was that, last Tuesday? Damn,
Yeah,
that's really fast.
it shipped on the 11th.
Damn.
Wow.
Unfortunately, if you look at the body, the old head took the peg with it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah, you
So
just
I need-
gotta put that in water, like in hot
Okay.
water.
yeah. I need to figure out how to get that out. Other than that, it's got the other peg. I could seat it all the way, but I'm gonna wait until and see how it fits. But I mean, when it sits on there,
That looks
I mean,
really
that's
good.
100% Jon Snow. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
pretty good.
I would even say not only is that 100% Jon Snow, that's 100% better looking than the previous one.
Oh yeah, 100.
Can you get them both on the screen?
I think the eyes are spaced out too much on the other
So
one.
so he has here the 11 by Nut PIZS Jon Snow, and this is looking crispy.
You may have to talk, Dean, so your camera goes on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so right here is the new one, and this is the original one. And this, I never even thought this looked like Jon Snow, because yeah, I mean they look like different dudes. So,
Dude, that looks good.
Dude,
It's
congratulations.
thank you.
Hopefully, I mean, the thing is, 3-0 is obviously going to make the characters for this last season. So I'm almost certain that whatever they put out for Jon Snow for this last season outfit, your head's going to be better. So you could just put that one, that head on whatever you get.
Yeah,
You'll be
so
pretty.
right now I just need Tyrion and Brienne, and I'm wishing they made a season 8 Jamie, because I don't really like the
If they
season
make
1.
if they make a season 8 Jamie, that's a day 1 for me.
Yeah.
Day 1 order.
Same.
To quote my friends at Six Tail Scavengers, that's a day 1 pre-order. I would buy the shit out of season 7, season 8 Jamie.
Yeah.
I was actually telling my wife that like an hour ago. We were having dinner, and I was like, "Gotta tell you, I'm pretty good on with Tywin, but Jamie comes out, I'm gonna get that one."
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's really cool. Rainer, what did you get?
I thought we were doing Manny.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Zach. What
So,
the
so
hell?
we normally sit in a
What am I-
table.
What am I, Chuck?
Yeah, Rainer unable to move on to swivel on the spot. But no, yeah, we usually sit in person, but the weather's so bad today.
Man,
Yeah,
what
my
the
allergies are
hell,
acting up,
Zach?
so we are doing a chat. Go ahead, Manny.
All right. Well, first, before I start, Zach, this is for you. Since you skipped me, I'll
You have
see
to-
you
you
in
have to-
court.
Yeah, you have to tell people what it is because we're on.
Well, they should be watching. If not, they're dead to me. I'm just kidding. I actually picked this up, staying on the Game of Thrones line. It's the AT&T exclusive Night King.
The $100 pop.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the one that Dean offered to get me, but it was the wrong one.
You
But
sit on the throne,
Well, I mean, did I though?
because he's not on the throne.
No, this guy was released. It wasn't supposed to come out until the 26th, but I have a hookup at AT&T, and she was like, "It's here. I'll save one for you." Yeah,
Now,
I'm
is that a
stoked.
hard case or the soft case?
yeah. No. This is the official pop
Ooh,
hard ones.
nice.
I
I need
have
a
to.
few of those. There's a
Yeah.
few pops I need to protect.
They're like 7 and change. So, but yeah, I'm extremely happy to get this in my
Nice.
possession.
Game
What
of
about you,
Thrones
Rainer?
wagon.
Yeah.
Well, me, after a long ordeal, I finally got my Bane in.
Hey.
Look at that.
That is a custom Darth Bane that I had ordered off of YouTube. A bit of a story behind that I will tell later.
Off of YouTube. Nice.
I mean, not YouTube, eBay.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for that.
Well, do you want
And
to
then-
share the story now? I think it'd be a good time.
Of course. So I was talking with Damien while I was out of town and he sent me a link to this reseller that had a whole bunch of these custom Star Wars figures, right? And I was like, wow, some of those look really good. Some of them didn't look so good. And so anyways, but I saw the Bane there, and I'm like, I have to have this Bane because, I have been working on a Xana custom, as some of you know, for several months now, which, by the way, I'm finally finished as soon as I do a body swap on her.
It looks really good. The
Yeah, I
Darth
have her-
Xana, I went to look at it in person. It's awesome.
Yeah, I got her sitting right here next to me, right here. Right here, for those of you who
Very
can't see
good.
it. But anyway, so I go ahead and order this thing while I'm out of town here, and it takes a while to come in. It takes oh my gosh, it took like 12 days to come in after shipping because apparently for some reason they felt it necessary to route it from Oregon to Washington to Dallas to Houston to me. So whatever. But anyways, I was doing some research on it, and me and Damien were kind of in detective mode at that point. And because we're trying to figure out where these customs came from. Well, apparently it was a seller it was a person who used to be on Hitachi Station who basically went to jail, and their collection got auctioned off under the proceeds of crime.
Yep, we're pretty familiar with that guy. We talked about him in previous iterations of Collecting Weekly, but
Wait, I'm sorry.
yeah, you were muted.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know exactly who that guy is. And I thought those figures looked familiar when Damien was showing them to me. I was like, I feel like I've seen those before. And the Darth Bane with the General Zod. That's so funny that you say that because I know exactly who that guy is.
Which, I'm kicking myself because I didn't think of doing a Darth Bane with the General Zod before, but, whatever.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It actually does. Only problem I have is I need to do a little touch-up work on the saber hand because there was some paint bleed. But other than that, yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice.
And I think you scored those for a really good deal too, right?
After shipping, it was about a little over 200, so not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So for me this week, I got the clone bodysuit that Dean had used on his Commander Fox, and I was really impressed with it. I put a video unboxing on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/collectingweekly, and I was really impressed. I put it on the body. It fits really well. It was a great recommendation from Dean. I also got a small Lego set. I got the Lego Ferrari, the F1 car.
Nice.
I've been kind of watching some Formula One lately, and I thought it was a cool little kit to get. So that's really exciting. And that's pretty much it for me. It's a pretty slow week. Just one order came in, and the Ferrari. But my parts from Staten Tech down in Mexico are shipping tomorrow. Really excited. Sergio sent me a picture of all the armor assembled onto one of his testing bodies, and it looks really good. So I'm really excited to get that. Really excited to work on it and then get it sent over to Echo Base Customs for the finishing touch. Cody does such a good job of weathering things like this, so I'm really, really excited for him to get that. Now, as far as new pre-orders, TNS and 1/6 Kit put up the Tony Stark knockoff in-game kit. It's a figurehead, the body, the suit. It's pretty much a whole figure. And $80 buys you that. It's a new Tony Stark head sculpt, so it has the, pretty much the sort of like the in-game outfit from when he's on the ship. And Manny, you are like doing the most right now.
I tried to spin it.
I'm gonna shut off your camera. But yeah, so it's the in-game kit from the. Supposedly, I guess, the beginning of the film, and that's really cool. I know Manny also wanted to talk about the Fat Man figure by One Toys.
Yeah, so I didn't even know that was real, but on one of the pages, I remember when they first announced it, which was like last week or something, somebody said, finally, they make a... I'm sorry, I'm over here choking on my tajin. Somebody said,
don't mind Manny, he's just dying.
Somebody said, and I quote, finally a superhero for us folk. And I clicked on the guy's page and he was real fat. So, yeah, and I'm a chubby dude, so like I'm pretty excited. I don't think I would get it, but I mean,
the overweight Spider-Man.
Dude, all I need is that figure and somebody to make a Jerry Gergich head sculpt.
There you go.
That'd be nice. No, but yeah, dude. I don't know the price on this thing. It looks pretty sweet, honestly. And they put like a burger next to it, which is hilarious.
So what is it? I don't even know what it is.
It's
just like a guy with a Spider-Man head.
It's Spider-Man's friend, his best friend.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Is that supposed to say like from the movie?
Yeah, because he puts the suit on, right?
Oh, okay.
He puts the mask on.
It totally makes sense now. I got it.
Yeah.
So that's $80 there. The Fat Man by One Toys, that's up for pre-order. It's not $80. I'm sorry, that's the Tony Stark in-game kit. Now,
that thing's cool. The Tony Stark. I'm sorry,
what is going on with this show? You guys are in rare form. We're like all over the place in the show right now.
Dean, dude, that was funny. That was like 20 minutes later.
I know.
That one's cool.
Well, he brought it back up, and I didn't get to say anything because he's talking about the kid.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
we need to be in person. We need to be in person. I actually bought ice cream for today, and you guys didn't come over.
You said no.
You said no.
I know that. There's ice cream for next Tuesday. I'm just saying I bought ice cream. I promised you all.
Now it's gonna be old because you probably got generic.
Eat the ice cream.
It's Bluebell ice cream. Thank you very much.
Wow, dude, he's treating us good.
No, he got Red Bell. You got that generic stuff.
I got the Bluebell with the 100% salmonella. So Hawkeye, irregular and deluxe is up for pre-order, $243 or $274.
Oh,
very very steep prices.
What's
there.
the deluxe?
The deluxe is the Ronin stuff, like the hood, the
the deluxe comes with an extra
extra
slice
head.
of cheese.
Okay, that's what I thought.
large
'Cause I was
drink.
like, well, it has 2 head sculpts, so I can understand why it would be more expensive.
So I guess my thing is, for a while, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, video games came with a lot. You'd buy the video game and like everything that you needed for the video game was in the disc.
Right.
And recently we've gotten into this whole DLC era where you have to like buy the disc and then the first day you pay extra, you get, stuff that maybe should have been in the game. You get like the light version of the game for $60, then you pay like another $30 to get more maps and stuff like that. And I feel
it's
like
ridiculous.
maybe Hot Toys is starting to follow this path because, several years back they would give you, almost every accessory a character would use in a movie, every outfit, different versions of figures to get different outfits. But it seems like now to get the things that you need for a figure, you're having to buy the deluxe for another $30, and it almost feels like DLC.
right.
And I don't like it.
Live service.
I really don't like it. What do you guys think about that? The whole deluxe idea.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with buying a deluxe one because you could just, I don't want to pose it in that option, so who cares? Now, forcing you to buy it is different.
No.
When we talk about something like the Iron Man Mark 50 with a whole new accessory set, that's super annoying. It's like, okay, I'm already spending $400 something on this figure, and now I have to spend another $200 on the shit that should have just come in the box anyway.
Well, I guess more what I'm saying is if you look at like Farm Boy Luke, that was $220 when it came out, and it came with Luke, it came with the poncho, the hat, the gun. It basically was like
helmet.
the helmet. It's basically like a deluxe, all-in-one Farm Boy Luke outfit. And now for $243, you're getting just a baseline Hawkeye, and you have to pay another $31 to get the deluxe. I feel like we're we have to speak out against this because I don't think it's good for the hobby. Sure, it's like, well, if you don't need these parts, you can get the cheaper version. But I think that way of thinking is flawed because you're still paying way more than what we used to pay for figures that had a lot of things.
That's true.
What I mean?
Can I come at this from a video game standpoint? You brought up video games earlier. Sure. I think you are very right. It's opening the door because look at what's happened in gaming the last 5 to 6 years. You've gone from, as you said, getting virtually everything on the disc to something like Battlefront 2, where
exactly, yeah.
Oh God, no, get that away from me. Get that away from me. No, in all seriousness, you get something like Battlefront 2, which is, you pay full price for a game, then you only get 3% of the game. The rest of it's locked behind DLC, microtransactions, whatever. And the DLC may have been free, but that's still. Did we just lose Manny?
No, I'm here.
Keep going.
Okay. So we just. I think that it's a slippery slope is what I'm trying to say. It's a very slippery slope because it's easy to slide down a little bit at a time, and the next thing you know, you do have an Iron Man situation becoming the norm.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, this is a $274 non-die-cast regular, 12-inch figure. I can imagine next year it's going to be $300 for a deluxe non-die-cast figure, and I can't even imagine what die-cast is going to cost, next year. It's really disappointing. I'm not a fan of it. So hopefully we can let this be known. We can start the revolution, start a change.org.
Resist.
We're going to get on the ship and start a revolution.
There you go. Black Series is killing it. The Dr. Aphra, 000, BT, Obi, Ezra, and Chopper wave is up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh, dude, I want that.
Oh my God,
wave.
I need to get that.
That whole wave is stunning. That's an amazing.
The Ezra looks a little weird, but I understand the.
You have to translate the
cartoony to real.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but to me, it looks a little odd.
At this point, though, is that the full Ghost Crew? Do they have Sabine?
They still need to get Zeb. Still need to make Zeb.
Okay, but they have a Sabine, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. Pops on the Throne is on Amazon. Really, really cool. Comes with several different heads, the throne, and I think electricity effects, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
That's really good stuff. And what is it, like $40?
Yeah. 40 or 30. It's a pretty cool set. I have the Palpatine. I never opened it. He's still in the original box. So I might pick this up, but I don't know. A whole throne piece. I don't know if I have the room for it. You can see my Black Series shelf. I think it's right here.
Yeah.
My
And
Black Series shelf is
it's-
behind me.
Yeah, it's pretty full. So I don't even know where I would fit a throne in there. As of right now, I have like some clones right there behind me with Padme and Anakin. So I don't know. A whole throne set seems kind of like a waste to me.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Anakin, though, I did see that they announced the Archive series.
Yeah, which is gonna be cool for someone who wants to pick up Anakin.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah.
Right, who doesn't want to pay $80 for the Black Series one because it's definitely not worth $80.
Yeah, that second wave of their archive series looks fantastic. The Yoda looks really good. I'm actually really impressed by that one. The helmet was also released on Big Bad Torture. It's
Oh my
110.
god,
This is the Rebel pilot helmet with functioning lights and sounds.
I need that, dude.
It looks
Hard.
incredible. It looks incredible.
The padding lining looks amazing.
Uh-huh.
Just the detail on it, it looks easy pickup. I don't like paying $110 because they usually go down in price, but I have a feeling like this is going to be one that if you don't get it when it's $110,
Mhm.
you're not going to get it.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, it looks really good. I kind of swore off on one-to-one stuff, but it's probably the most tempting thing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But I want to see more pictures of it as it's released because I don't want to run into a Vader situation where we think it looks amazing and then it comes out and maybe it's a little less than we were thinking it was going to be. Rainer,
That
what do you-
is true.
I was gonna say, as on the one-to-one topic, I'm still waiting for them to make a Count Dooku lightsaber from the Black Series.
Oh, true.
Because if they're going to be remaking the old Master replicas, they need to make a Count Dooku because the Count Dooku one still goes for a ton on the aftermarket.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'd be pretty cool. So, new releases. The Reborn Rex is officially released. Lots of people overseas are getting theirs, and it looks really, really good. The Viserion is in imminent status, being that within between now and 10 days, they can charge your card at any time, which is really exciting. I've been trying to hunt one down the last 2 weeks, but I've been unsuccessful thus far. Really excited for that. The Sensation Tywin is hitting the United States. And that's a figure that is really, really, really good for $100 shipped from a lot of these manufacturers, like TNS and OSK, stuff like that. It's a really good value. The maps look really good. The table looks really good. The chair looks really good. And I cannot wait to get mine. It was supposed to be here last Friday, but it's Tuesday, and I don't have it yet. And I keep seeing people post theirs, and it's just like, I really wish it was mine. So
yeah, you keep posting pictures of them. Like, damn, that looks good.
dude, I am so excited. You'll have to bring maybe the Hound over, and we'll take some pictures of them together. I think that'd be a cool shot.
Hell yeah.
Let's take a quick break. I know we have a lot of stuff to talk about for Celebration, so let's take a quick break, and then we'll get settled in, and we will talk about Celebration.
All right. Okay, cool. I'll be right back. Let me grab my charger.
Oh, crud. I completely forgot to mention I picked up Grievous.
Yeah, just don't mention it. I don't want to have to go back in the segment.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, Dean had to charge his iPad and said it was running low, so we took an early break.
Okay. No worries.
Whoa. What was that? No, I burped.
I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to hit the lights.
Yep.
All right. For some reason, I can't hear anybody now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
No worries.
Hello.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, Dean's iPad was dying, so I had to take an early break. Manny, what do you keep doing? You keep doing this. It's like
What?
you keep doing this on your screen. It's really weird.
Who, me?
No, Manny.
Me?
Yeah, the whole first like 5 minutes of the show, you just had your fingers up to the screen like this.
I was offering peace to you, bro. Screw on then. Hold on.
All right, you guys ready to get back into it?
Yep.
Let's just jump into it, guys. Like Philly D.
And we are back. Rainer, State of Star Wars is yours.
Oh gosh, so much news to cover. Oh my gosh. So Celebration was this weekend for any of you who haven't been living under a rock.
In Chicago, and it was great stuff. But
yeah. So we got a new Clone Wars trailer. We got some look at The Mandalorian. We got a look at Star Wars Knights of the Fallen Order. We got, of course, the episode. Prequel. Yeah, we also got a look at the episode 9 trailer. So tons of info. I think it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan right now.
Wow.
However,
there's a big however though.
Yeah. However, I do have some gripes with the episode 9 trailer in the fact that I think they could have gone a little bit more teasy with it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So let's start with episode 9. So what do you mean, Rainer, about being a little bit more teasy?
Well, they show Palpatine laugh at the very end, and that was a oh my god moment. But I think they could have given us a little bit more to drool over in the rest of the trailer, because the rest of the trailer was, no offense, kind of lackluster, in my opinion.
I thought it was fine. To me, the trailer, before the Palpatine laugh was pretty much a systemic undoing of episode 8. You had the helmet being patched back together. You had the lightsaber, Anakin saber whole again, even though it had a gasket between the break, and just a few other things that a lot of the fans really didn't like. We saw more of C-3PO in the trailer than probably we did in the whole episode 8.
Or the
so that's true.
D2. That's what I want to know. Where's R2?
That was going to be one of my gripes. Yeah, you need to have R2 in the trailer. And second of all, I feel like Palpatine, while don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see what they do with Palpatine. I feel like it's kind of the only move they made with The Last Jedi, with the choices they made in the story. And I feel like it was the only move they had.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. Yeah, I think Rian Johnson really fucked over Disney.
Yep.
Because
I disagree.
Honestly, I don't know where they can go with the story. What are you doing?
Well, here's my take on it. They don't want to take any risks. They don't want to take any risks because they took risks with episode 8, and look what happened. People weren't happy. So they're going to go with the safe villain from the classic trilogy and the prequels. Makes perfect sense.
I think it's more of a symbolic thing. I don't think he's actually...
No, JJ said that he's actually back.
Oh, really?
He had a Q&A after the panel, and he said that he's actually back. Granted, it could be misdirection, but yeah, they...
Yeah.
I don't believe you. You need to link me because I don't remember hearing that.
I don't either. I watched a bunch of interviews and stuff. And
I'll have to look at it. I think it was a weird one. It was like... Anyways, go ahead. So, Rainer, what did you think about the Clone Wars trailer?
Oh my god, I was so psyched. Tears came to my eye when Ahsoka got her quote unquote improved lightsabers from Anakin.
Yeah.
I definitely think that that's going to be good. I definitely am happy that they're going to show what happened with Ahsoka facing down Maul and ultimately having to choose and make the choice that defines the future.
Yeah. Zach and I were talking about this yesterday, that Clone Wars is an anthology, so it's not necessarily a linear storyline. But my complaint was when Clone Wars ended Ahsoka's storyline, it really showed Anakin dealing with abandonment again. And so it kind of made his story arc make more sense in episode 3 because Ahsoka wasn't around. What happened to her? Well, she left.
Dean, I
So
think you have a
he's-
mosquito on your forehead.
Dude, I was looking at the exact same thing.
What? I don't see it.
To the left.
Oh,
Other
no.
hand.
Sorry, it's pieces on my couch. It's that, like,
What?
fake- it's like that fake leather that peels off.
What was your face on the couch?
I was sleeping earlier.
Hey,
Anyway,
Dean doesn't have to
um,
answer that.
so
Why was your face in the couch?
so anyway,
I'm sorry, I have to mute myself.
so it made Anakin's story arc more acceptable because if you just watch episode 3 for what it is, it's like, why is he so whiny? So with this, it kind of makes it seem like Ahsoka's back. She's fighting with the clones again. There's new clones. So it's like, okay, well, one, how's it going to end where she's not around again?
I can tell you how it ends.
Well, don't. So I don't know. It's confusing me, but I love the director. What's his name?
Dave Filoni?
Yeah.
Dave
him.
Filoni. I
I
trust
love
him.
Filoni. I
I
used to read
trust.
all the time when I was younger.
In Filoni, we trust.
Yeah, I trust him completely with Star Wars. He's a real fan of the movies and the lore. So whatever he's gonna do, I'm like, yeah, go for it. I think whatever it is gonna be good. So
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna have to adopt the wait and see philosophy with it because
Yeah.
you know he's gonna have plenty of twists for us. But switching gears to the Mandalorian, that is what really got me intrigued coming out of Star Wars Celebration.
So
Because-
they haven't posted the actual footage. I think the only thing
No,
that's out there is
just
just people who
stills.
videotaped during Celebration, right?
Yeah, I have seen some of that though. I
Yeah.
mean, they did
That's
release
exciting.
kind of a teaser / commentary about how it's made.
Yeah.
So I do think the Mandalorian could be a very interesting concept. Again, just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm glad that they're going forward with it. We're actually getting more footage, more information out there.
When
No,
was
Better
the-
than to put John Favreau in charge of that.
what was your question, Manny?
No, it's just John Favreau. I think it was a good move bringing him on.
Oh
on
yeah,
board.
for sure. I mean, it was his brainchild that started the MCU, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. Now, is this gonna be on Disney
Disney
streaming
Plus.
platform?
Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Which
So
is
when-
only $6.99.
what is
That's not
what is the time frame for the Mandalorian? Do you guys know? Like, is it-
I think it's supposed to be about 5 years after Return of the Jedi, if I'm not mistaken.
wow.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool.
So I have that quote real quick. Just going back to episode 9. Let's see. James Dwyer from Empire Magazine said, "In case there's any lingering ambiguity from the trailer and McDermott's appearance at the panel, I can 100% confirm that Palpatine is back in the Rise of Skywalker, as I just asked JJ. So maybe he's not alive, but he's back."
Hey
Now,
guys, I have
one
a stupid
thing-
question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing that if y'all were those of you who break down the trailer, if you watch it, there is the scene where the A-wing is getting shot down. If you look closely, it's looks to be what appears to be a Republic cruiser from the Clone Wars or an Imp-1 Star Destroyer. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, Imp-2 Star Destroyers are the ones we see in the classic trilogy. Imp-1 kind of was like a mix of a Venator and an Imperial class Star Destroyer. So could be very interesting to see what direction they're taking that if they're bringing clones into the picture. Possibly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited. Fallen Order, the video game, I guess the trailer for the video game, they have trailers for video games now, has dropped.
Yeah.
Looks really cool, really cool. I'm excited to see more Inquisitor stuff. Personally, I think they were a really cool part of the Darth Vader comic arc, and I feel like maybe some of them were a little underused in Rebels. The shout out to Echo Base Customs. Cody designed that trooper, and based on the comics as a commission, and it was featured pretty heavily in the trailer. And I know he was really excited about that. It got some cool eyes on his business. That's Echo Base Customs. It's basically like a clone trooper with the airborne helmet, black and red color scheme. Really, really cool looking design there. And apparently there's no DLC, no
Microtransactions.
Yeah, no microtransactions, no online.
So
this
to quote Mace,
this could be really cool. What were you saying, Zach?
to quote Mace Windu, if what you're saying is true, you have gained my trust,
good
because
stuff.
this is a good step forward. I think at the very least, because
at the very least, it's a good step forward because EA has a habit of fucking everybody over.
Well, and again, it could be them saying what they're gonna do to try to gain some good favor, and they could turn around and do something down the line. I mean, who knows? But I think that they're definitely starting to realize that Battlefront 2 just can't happen again. I mean, let's be frank here.
Which is such a shame because Battlefront 2 is so fun. Like, it really is fun. I love getting on there with my friends and playing, and it's like Call of Duty, but you're Star Wars.
Yeah.
The only thing I really dislike about Battlefront 2, other than all the bullshit microtransactions and star cards and bullshit, is you don't get to pick who you are or where you're fighting. You just join an online lobby and it throws you in. Now the nice thing is it rotates. So if you start off as the droids, you get to be the clones. Or if you start off as the rebels, you get to be the Empire.
Well, you can thank Halo for matchmaking for that. So
yeah, but it's just kind of annoying. It's like, I don't want to play as the First Order. And sometimes you're on sequel trilogy maps for hours, and you're like, I want to play some Hoth or
I wish there was a way to set it up where you could say all I want to do is play as clone troopers, or all I want to do is play as battle droids or rebels, whatever. The map things would be nice also, but at minimum it would be nice, because I fucking hate, like you're saying, getting stuck in the sequel trilogy stuff, because there's nothing exciting about that.
Well, and I'll take it a step further, because some of the weapons and stuff that you had default start with for certain factions just stink.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can I ask my stupid question now?
Go for it.
Back to the Mandalorian, or I should say my fake fan question. Rainer said that it's supposed to take place 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
He said he thinks so.
Okay, so that's what I said. So. I think I said he thinks. But is there Death Troopers in that timeline?
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
No, I'm saying after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, there would technically still be Death Troopers.
Okay,
probably. I mean,
because they're in Rebels. That's after.
In the trailer, I thought there were Death Troopers. I didn't watch one of the extended cuts, but someone put a comment the price of Death Troopers is going to go up again.
Yeah, well, I saw Death Troopers. I think I saw Death Troopers on the Mandalorian leaked footage.
Yeah,
unless I'm thinking of something else.
I think you're right, because a lot of people were saying that Death Troopers were going to go up again.
Well, we were talking about Dave Filoni earlier. I found out a little interesting tidbit about filming The Mandalorian that I didn't know, is that apparently there was a scene that they needed a ton of stormtroopers, but they didn't have enough to go around, and so they hired the 501st Legion, or rather, they brought in the 501st Legion.
They didn't have enough costumes, so they needed the
They could have just done cardboard. Anyway.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know that.
Rogue One is getting a prequel television show on Disney Plus featuring Cassian and I believe it's K2SO. What do you guys think about that? I'm not a huge fan of this.
I don't
mixed
know
feelings.
I don't know why you need a prequel of a prequel. It's like
the whole appeal of Rogue One was that we met these characters, we learned about them, and then we lost them in one movie, and to add a whole many hours of backstory is like, they did such a good job telling the story in Rogue One. It's like I knew everything I needed to know about Cassian.
He was a basically really good character. Again, more Star Wars isn't necessarily a bad thing.
But then again, less is more.
Exactly.
For this same time, if I'm going to be paying for Disney Plus, give me some shit to watch. You know what I mean? So I'm not that upset about it. I think it's kind of pointless, just like Solo was pointless.
Dean, who's behind you?
Nobody. I could see my camera guy.
Sorry.
So it's like I don't know. It's like if I'm gonna be paying for the streaming service, you better be giving me content. So I'm not. It's like whatever, I guess.
Well, and my gripe with it is there's so many other timelines you could do a series in effectively, other than this particular one with these particular characters. I feel like that while I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea, I think it could be somebody else.
No, I totally agree. I just feel like those are characters that we were already pretty familiar with. Disney has said that they're going to take away, they're going to be stepping away from Star Wars movies for a while, focus on the television shows. I think this is a really, really good thing, personally.
Yeah.
I feel like, I think it was Mark Hamill that said it, but we were almost entering like a Star Wars exhaustion phase where it's just like too much stuff. And Disney themselves said that releasing Solo a few months after TLJ was kind of a bad move. I hope the gap is not too long, the break that they're going to take, but it is good that they're going to kind of focus on the television shows, recalibrate, and sort of figure out what their priorities are as far as storytelling is going to go. And I think taking a break after the end of this Skywalker saga is going to be a good thing. So,
well, there was something I wanted to touch on when Rayner first brought in the State of Star Wars, because it was before the trailer and all this news, so everyone was really upset with The Last Jedi, like, oh, it's so garbage. Disney back in the day had movies like Sleeping Beauty and Peter Pan, which are timeless. And then later on in their movie making process, they had movies like The Great Mouse Detective or The Black Pauldron. Now, I like those movies, but they're not as iconic or classic, and maybe even low points for the franchise. But then they also came out with, years later, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, which again are like phenomenal movies. They're super fantastic.
I popped my movie cherry to Lion King. Just saying,
Gross.
that was the first movie I ever saw.
Graphic.
And then fast forward to the 2000s, and
I've
they
never
have
seen The Lion King.
Bolt or the movie Chicken Little, and those aren't very great movies. But then fast forward again, and you have movies like Frozen and Moana and WALL-E, and yeah, those are Pixar, and you could attribute the success with Pixar to Disney. But my point is that Disney has a formula of making great movies. And yeah, not all of them are going to be great. So right now, we might be upset, like, oh, I can't believe they've ruined Star Wars. But in 10 years, they might come out with some banger Star Wars movies, and we're going to be so glad that Disney has that property. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, Disney can give the attention, a lot bigger than most studios. I mean, they're a massive company. They can throw money, a shitload of money.
Collecting Weekly, like that.
Well, $4 billion for Collecting Weekly. So that's the price. But
yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like, if this was a smaller studio, like without the resources and the development things that Disney has, I agree. Like, I think it's a good thing that Disney has this license, regardless of what they put out thus far.
I think right now it's got a bad taste in our mouths. Who knows? With Episode 9, it might be so fantastic that people ask for more, and they're like, "Well, shit, okay." But I think right
they're
now,
like, "Okay, here's the Rian Johnson trilogy."
Yeah, I think everyone right now is a little Star Wars'd out. Like, okay, it's kind of exhausting, movie after movie after year after year. But then you have shit like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it's like people can't get enough. But I think in the long run, people are going to be really happy that Disney has Star Wars.
Damien in the chat says Dean speaks the truth. He also says Battlefront 2 is amazing.
Is he on PS4?
You'll have to ask him later.
Okay.
So
add me if you're on PS4.
It's also really good to see Hayden Christensen getting back involved with the fans. I know he was at Celebration last year, and he was again there this year.
Yeah, he hung out with the guy that does Star Wars Theory. That was pretty exciting.
Really? I did not see that. That's really good.
He took a picture with him and Palpatine. I forget his name. Ian McDermott. And he asked the guy who does Star Wars Theory, asked Ian McDermott, like, hey, did Palpatine throw the fight with Mace Windu, or did he get beat? And Ian McDermott said that he threw the fight. So
the Anakin had to make the choice?
Yeah, so it's kind of cool to get that insider. Now, it is his
And again,
character.
of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's had those conversations before like even filming the movie. So you could take it with a grain of salt, or you could take it at face value. Like, damn, like it's his character. You think he would know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Especially this many years later. Why lie? But yeah, I just thought that was cool.
Jazz Inc. Dioramas has their true scale gantry available on their website. They put up some pictures of the like the renderings on their Facebook group, and then on I think it's on Instagram as well. Really cool, $500, and this is the full size Bespin gantry, so you can fit Luke and Vader from that iconic "I Am Your Father" scene, as well as the battle preceding it or before it, I guess. That's really cool stuff. I think Yost and Sergio from Stab and Tech. They're just doing so many neat things, like this clone trooper I mentioned earlier. It's shipping, and the picture that he sent me on the body, I think it looks really good. I mean, it's just like you could tell this guy really cares about his product and his brand. Both of these guys,
it looks cool, man.
They're not just sending you whatever. They're really, designing and editing. And I know that's been a thing with Jazz Inc. With the land speeder. They had a prototype and they rescaled it. And it's just good to see these people that are making these kits and these dioramas that no one else wants to touch. And it gives us as collectors the ability to have these pieces in our collection. Dean, have you made up your mind if you want to try to get the X-34?
I was going to pre-order it the other day, but for some reason I thought it came out in like November or something.
Uh-huh.
But it comes out in June. That's what he said. And I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money in that short time frame.
Well, I think if you do the payment plan, it delays the. It's like Sideshow.
I really need to message Yost and see what he says, because
we're probably each week we mention it, and we probably are making it harder for him because we're making assumptions. But
I really want, but again, I just started that new job, and
I got you.
I don't know what allowance I'm gonna have per month for pre-orders, because there's a lot of pre-orders I want. The second Rocket Raccoon comes up, I'm gonna get. I still kind of want Nebula, so I still need a Wonder Woman. I really want to get an Infinity War Thor, so I'm just kind of like,
you're all over the place, man.
Yeah, so,
you gotta focus. You gotta really focus on the things that you.
Hey, you're not supposed to say that word.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm talking about for collecting
bastard.
though. I'm talking about for collecting though.
Yeah. So I do, but I have some cool Star Wars things, and my Marvel shelves can use some work. So, but I have a Thor, but he's the first Avengers Thor, so
you might as well just throw it away.
Yeah,
might as well just store it away.
Wow.
So, in-game has had some footage leaked, roughly 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, I saw the part where.
Okay, just interrupt. The footage is leaked, and lots of people are being assholes about this and posting spoilers and links and tagging people. And it's a really terrible, terrible thing. I know a lot of people are really invested in this film. I'm not like the most invested person in this movie, but even I don't want to be spoiled because I want to enjoy it live at the theater. Manny, you were saying that you may have run into some things, although we'll keep it spoiler-free on the podcast.
I don't know. I don't even know what I saw. So like everything I'm saying, legit.
I don't think you should say what you saw because it could be a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler. There's toys of it.
No, I don't think you should say what you saw.
No, don't say it. I know exactly what he saw. Don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
I saw. Okay, look, check this out.
Don't. I'm gonna mute you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna exit the chat. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Check this out. So I was on Facebook, right? And people are sharing this footage, and I've seen like half of a second, but I don't even know what I saw. But it's just not fair. It's dumb. That's why I try and stay off of Facebook as much as I can. Because
yeah, dude, when Game of Thrones aired, I was stuck at work until midnight. I was like, I'm not going to Facebook. I didn't even get into the chat because I was like afraid that maybe y'all said something.
I almost did, and I felt really bad that I almost did, and I'm so glad I didn't. Like, because Manny had just seen it, and I think Manny had put like ... in the chat, and then I was gonna say like, yo, blank, and then I
didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. Yeah, you did perfect, and I almost did, and I was like, man, and I thought it was like Dean's probably at work, like it's like only 8, 9 o'clock, whatever time Game of Thrones is over, and I felt really bad, but it's just a shame, and the Russo brothers, those are the guys that directed this, right?
Yes, sir.
they put out a thing on Instagram, whatever. It was like a
Yeah.
thing, like, don't spoil the movie, this and that.
Thanos demands your silence.
Yeah, and it's really weird that they put that out because the leak came from like a 20-minute screening, from what I'm reading, that Marvel or Disney hosted like a 20-minute private screening of some of the scenes of the movie. And that's where the leak came from. So it's like, you guys are issuing this statement about not spoiling it, but you guys are also the same people that allowed. Yeah, exactly. So Manny says he'll see you in court. It's just wild. People are getting really upset. I know a few people that have been spoiled, quote unquote, if those are actually true spoilers, and I feel really bad for them. And that's my grinds, my gears this week. The people that are leaking this stuff and spoiling it, it's just a shame. Not only that, but I had friends the minute that Game of Thrones was over that were posting spoilers about the episode. And the things that really, I don't know if they bother me that much, but I kind of get irked a little bit, is the whole spoilers out of context meme that passed around. For any movie, they always post it. And, for Game of Thrones, like, I was certainly trying to be there at 8 o'clock to watch it. But, when I see the spoilers out of context things for, like, superhero movies, like, a lot of those I don't see it the day it comes out. It's just really annoying. Like, those spoilers out of context, they really grind my gears. True spoilers are just really bad.
I don't know. Like, I don't mind those spoilers out of context, like, because I don't know what it means. But then when I see the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, I don't know.
But then the whole time you're in the movie looking for it.
Yeah, but the point also is someone's posting it. I don't mind seeing it after the fact or before the fact, because again, it's out of context. I don't know what it means. But it's like you're going out of your way to post
it to try and ruin it.
Any kind of spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super annoying.
So I made it a point of not posting Game of Thrones memes till today, just as an FYI. So
maybe it's a little
dude, you killed it with that Cersei. My God, I had to take it and put it on my Instagram.
Which one was it?
With Kermit the Frog.
Oh yeah,
dude,
that was brutal.
Oh my God.
I saw that and I'm like, okay, I got to share this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the same thing happened with me in Breaking Bad. I was kind of waiting for the show to end before I could like binge watch it, because I love binge watching. And like the minute the show ended, my friend was on Facebook. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe so and so died." I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Some of us are at work. Some of us are gonna start the show, or like life happens, man. Not everybody got the chance to watch it live. Why the fuck would you go on social media and post it? If there's somebody you want to talk to specifically, go into their DMs and be like, "Dude, can you?"
I fucking hate when they're like tagging people like, "Yo, at blank blank blank, this is you when this happened," or whatever. It's like,
it's like, guys, what? How inept can you possibly be?
Yeah.
And oh man, that really pissed me off. And it totally ruined Breaking Bad for me. Granted, the character that died, it was like, how is he not gonna die? But even now, years after the show, I'm not even saying who it was.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it for me. That's actually my next show to watch after Game of Thrones.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
Is fantastic. It's such a great show.
I just watched it last year. It's good.
Dude. Yeah,
I'm on season 2.
And
wow,
that's what I was gonna do with with Game of Thrones. I was gonna wait till it was done, but I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna avoid spoilers waiting this long."
Yeah.
Now the good thing is some of them I had forgotten by the time I started watching the show, but some of them, like the Red Wedding, I knew was coming. Granted, it still took me by surprise because I didn't know when it was.
Yeah.
And it totally gutted me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to miss the cultural phenomenon that is Game of Thrones. No one's going to want to talk to me about it after I see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get to gab with my friends. Or shit, I would have missed out on this Jon Snow figure, and I never would have been able to touch it.
Yeah.
You know, potentially that the price is crazy, like that dude selling it for $600.
That's hilarious.
So I'm glad I started watching it when I did, which was right before season 7, and I binged it literally in a week, and it was the best week of my life. But yeah, it's like, dude, just take a chill pill. You don't need to post shit immediately. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
right there with grinds my gears.
Manny also has a grind to my gears about some of his fellow collectors on the pop game.
I mean, if you're a pop collector and you're
It's
listening to
brutal.
this, we're all jerks. I'm huge into pops right now, but like, dude, like if you're gonna sell a pop, you need to make sure that it is mint, or you're gonna get roasted. Because if it has a ding on the side, they're gonna be like, well, they're just the worst, honestly. And they're the I would say but I don't think I'm this hardcore. But like they'll sleep out in front of Target. You know,
I've seen it. They get there like at fucking 5 a.m.
it's like, nah, heck no. Like if I can get it, cool. Like like this pop,
You
like
get a plug.
I was not gonna camp out. Yeah, like if I can find my way, snake my way through, then I'll do it. But I don't know. I'm not gonna, start a fight because I say that I got there first at Target.
There's been
Pop
people in
collectors
San
know.
Antonio that have been on Facebook videos getting mad at
dude,
employees.
yeah.
I don't want to mention the name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And
Damn,
yeah,
I
it's
need
crazy.
this cheese man. I don't know.
I'll
about
tell you
the
after
group
we're
chat
done.
is gonna be
Okay,
lit tonight.
But it amazes me, these pop collectors, they, I guess because it's so cheap, like you can't really do it with, I guess if you're really rich, you can, but you can't really do it with Hot Toys. But when the Night King came out, people were posting that they knew people that were getting like 10 of them or 5 of them. And it's outrageous. And it's funny because the people that I saw yesterday complaining about those people that were buying a significant amount of them, a lot of those people were going into AT&T this morning where you could pre-order them for the
and pre-ordering.
and pre-ordering like 3 or 4 themselves. So it's like,
dude, so it's not just, I guess I wouldn't say it's all the pop collectors, it's just the scalpers, because you can buy these things, dirt cheap, at the most expensive one, not the huge oversized ones, but like for these you're gonna spend no more than $12.
Yeah.
And they can, the Ned Stark one without the head, it's like a San Diego Comic-Con, it has like a bloody neck. That one is going for like $1,200. These things skyrocket, like
not all
but
of
that's
them,
a
though.
con exclusive.
No.
And they only make like 200
Yeah.
of them.
damn,
So I can
dude.
understand how some skyrocket in price, but it's like, dude, they probably made more shiny Night Kings than like Hot Toys has made toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Well,
exactly.
if you're talking about like TV show and video game characters, it also depends on how they take the development of said TV show or video game. Like I know when I bought my Sylvanas pop for World of Warcraft, it was worth like pennies, and then when she became the war chief, it went whoop. So
Yeah. Yep, I totally agree.
Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
So earlier in the podcast, well, like not this episode, but I don't remember what episode it was, when I was explaining how I got my first hot toy. I sold my my Tony Stark pop I basically traded it, and somebody hated me. Okay, so I traded that pop for it was like $200 or whatever. Well, now it's $450 that pop.
Jeez.
And Kylo Ren is like $100. So I'm like, I gotta.
Damn, you got destroyed on that one.
I got raw dogged. Yeah.
Man, you were Cersei Lannister on that one.
Oh no!
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
Rowdy.
So Rainer, let's talk about your. Did you want to get into a little bit more in depth on your customs? Your
here, let me
Zan
turn on the
Zana?
light here so we can see them. Because
And while Zach's doing that, the Zana he's had in process for a long time, actually since July, I think is when he first brought it over to my house to work on it. And it's nice to see that you're getting somewhere with this figure. The Bane, of course, you just got, but let's hear your recipe for Zana.
So my recipe for Zana is actually
Speaking
quite
of
simple.
Xanax, I'm just kidding.
So first of all, I'll let you do the detail on the headwork here, but Zachary did the detail on the eyes for the eye makeup, and it's as simple as just getting some decals. And who's getting some feedback there?
Yeah, so we got decals, and we basically, it was a black decal sheet, and we just basically cut a triangle out.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to call it, but the tattoos on the chin and then above the eyebrows, and those were pretty easy to do. And I think they came
And
out.
here, let me get that closer to the camera there so you can take a look. So the rest of the kit is pretty generic. I have some generic. I was gonna replace the pants at some point, but I think I'm gonna keep these. These are just generic Darth Maul pants, part of the Darth Maul tunic, Darth Maul belt, Darth Maul saber, and then I ordered some generic heeled boots off of eBay.
Off of YouTube.
So is the body that you're using on that figure
The Bison.
Well, no, it's a Bison, but the bust size looks a little bit smaller than I remember it. Did you change the body from the last time that we worked on it?
Yeah, I changed it to a mid bust. I changed it to a mid bust, and honestly, I'm gonna change the body one more time because now that I have Bane here, I'm gonna put these two figures side by side. So Xana in the books was a little petite, and Bane was a hulking monster. And if you look at these two, they're basically the same height.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna probably get one of those Bison petite bodies to.
Are they brother and sister?
No.
I think it's Master and Apprentice.
Yes, the two there must be. But so anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. I already tried with the different custom, one of the really small bodies. I don't think I'm gonna go with the smallest size available. I think I'm gonna go with kind of like the mid range of the size, but I'm gonna keep the same bust size because I really like how this turned out. It actually
the upper body looks good. I think before maybe the bust was a bit too large.
Yeah.
And then for the Bane, I know you mentioned you wanted to color correct the hands. Is there anything else you wanted to do on Bane? Are you pretty happy with it thus far? I mean, you just got it, so I mean, I'm not expecting to change it up.
I'll have to take a more in-depth look. I definitely want to do some work on the saber and on the hand, though. The saber hand.
What were you gonna say, Dean? Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I went over to Zach's place the other day, or Rainer's place the other day, and I was looking at his Xana, and it really is cool. The Maul outfit actually looks really feminine on that body.
I was gonna say it looks really good.
Like the collar lines up perfectly. I was like, damn, this looks really good. Is that Maul? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, god damn, it looks like it belongs there. So
the secret is I took one of the Maul outer tunics and one of the under tunics because there's actually 3 tunics that Maul wears. So I took the part of the outer tunic and part of the under tunic, and I just kind of blended them together. It's a real simple recipe. Anybody with two brain cells to rub together could figure it out.
Looks good, dude.
What did he say?
It looks really good. Huh? So let's get into our listener take. We have 2 listeners that chimed in, and it's the same 2 from last week. We really appreciate it. Ian and Dylan, they both let us know their thoughts on last week's episode. So let's take a quick break, and I'm going to get Ian's queued up, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Let's get right back into it.
Hey.
I'm gonna play this so that you guys can hear it.
I'm hanging out with Jon Snow, guys.
Before we get back into it, I'm getting some very weird static every couple of minutes. Yeah, I get like it goes like.
Ooh, that's an elephant.
I know, right? I know, right? We got an elephant in. Else got it.
Cersei's gonna go turn it on.
The feedback's coming from you, Dean.
Me?
Yeah, I muted everybody, and it's coming from you.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It may be just your AC or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're doing something, but I'm just saying that if I mute your channel, it's coming from your feed.
Yeah, because every now and then I'll start talking, and then all of a sudden it goes, and I'm like, okay.
Well, just stop whining. How about that?
Well, whining's my specialty, sir. I'm like Anakin.
That's true.
All right, let's get back into listeners' take. So I'm gonna play this, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Perfect.
Must admit, didn't realise that Sideshow did that. I didn't realise that just ships them out willy-nilly. I thought you'd put your pre-order in. If you put it in a certain date, they just work for an logical order. I don't know if it affects it all, but the secret base is a little bit weird sometimes. Sometimes if you pre-order a day one batch, you don't get it. They only release a bit of like part of the shipment. It's happened with Pounce, now with OB, Anakin as well. They sort of release X amount, and they might have pre-ordered way more. I don't know why, but you don't always get it day one if you pre-order day one. So I don't know if it's a stock thing with Sideshow. I'm not sure. I don't order from them because it costs me. I have to pay through the arsehole by the time I pay import tax. I've got to thank you guys as well for keep going on about Pops, because I've now just got my first two, a Han and a Chewy. Yeah, they're pretty cool, and like you say, they're in like $5 each, so don't bust the bank.
Look at that.
And I don't get why everyone's having a bitch fit about the Obi-Wan sculpt. I think it's really good. I mean, it doesn't look as good as the promo, but it's good enough. It's not worth all the crying and I'm going to cancel my pre-order and all that. That's about it. But I think it's pretty good. Figure looks great. Can't wait to get out with mine.
Not bad. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. And we are back from break. So Ian, lots of good points there. It's really cool to see that he's getting into pop collecting. Really cool.
Yeah,
That's badass.
A word of warning. He's like, oh, they're only $5, so they didn't break the bank.
That's the whole appeal, though.
That's the whole thing. Because then you're gonna buy 30 of them, and then you're like, well, shit, I just spent a fuck ton of money.
Did you just scratch your face with Jon Snow's sword?
No, it's a nail file.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, don't scratch your face, Dean.
Yeah, we got Manny over here with the mini hand. We have Dean with the mini sword.
That's my nail file.
Want to see how I got these scars?
So Dylan says, he wrote in, he says, I miss Dean for sure. He said he saw Shazam, and to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan. It felt like an easy, cheap movie to me, not much substance at all. Maybe in the sense of a family movie that's easy to follow for the common moviegoer, it's a great movie. My problem was that I set myself up with Marvel expectations due to it being so close to Endgame. Fair point. Obi-Wan, he says, I think he's great. Stuff changed for reasons no one knows exactly. Some are deeper than you think, and all we can do is speculate. Do you think they will come out with a battle damage version, like maybe a Mustafar fight version? Probably not, but it'd be interesting and another way for them to print money. I know people are hating on Hot Toys for timing of figure releases and pre-orders and stuff like that. They obviously don't have control over most of it. People don't understand how, he says how content and, I think he misspelled something, but he says how strict the licensing and contracts
Wow, way to
are.
call him out.
No, I mean, he wrote a long message, but it says continent and thorough licensing are and contracts are. I'm not sure why people doubt that because they aren't a dumb company. If the regular Joe Schmo is saying what their release time is weird, I'm sure it's a conversation they've had and can't do anything about, or it's not in their long-term best interests. And he also added that he really enjoys our show and that he feels with this segment and just a lot of the interactions that we do that he feels like he's part of something big in this hobby. And we really appreciate his kind words. Dylan, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and we love to have you as one of our listeners.
I salute you, sir, with my little hand.
Yeah, Manny's been playing with his hand for like 20 minutes.
I've been playing with a lot of stuff.
Well played. So if you want to be on next week's Listener's Take, send me an email, zach@collectingweekly.com. You can send me an audio file like Ian did, or you can write in like Dylan has, and we love to hear any part of the show. If you want to chime in on anything that we've said, agree, disagree, we love to hear it all, and we like to allow our listeners to have a voice in this podcasting community. It is time for a little bit of show news. Dean and I recorded episode 1 of Throne Talk. It was a really, really good conversation that we had about episode 1 of season 8 for Game of Thrones. Check it out. It's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com, and then just search Collecting Weekly. We're on Facebook. Our Facebook group is Auxiliary, Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. Lots of cool stuff there. We're doing a contest when we hit 100 members for a Hot Toys figure from Seth's collection. And I think right now we're like at 35 members, give or take. So we're certainly growing. We also have the Going Commando video series that's on our website. I put up 2 videos this weekend, and one was a painting test with different blue colors, which I think Dean thought was pretty cool. And then also the bodysuit fitting it, which is the bodysuit that Dean told me about. So thank you so much for that, Dean. We also have some new shirts on our TeePublic that we put up within the last 4 or 5 weeks. And Dean has the inaugural order for this shirt here.
Yeah.
It's the Crispy by Collecting Weekly shirt. Dean, I'll let you talk so we can get you all big on the screen.
Yeah, so I went, they had the sale, and it was 35% off. So I got 3 shirts. I got the Crispy by Collecting Weekly, which is like our catchphrase when something is fucking awesome. It's fucking crispy. And then I got the classic Collecting Weekly. And it looks fantastic. And then I also got...
You got the matching headphones and everything.
Auxiliary.
Hey, that looks dope.
Yeah, so next time there's a sale, I'm going to get some more. I'm going to get the CW one. And then probably another just Collecting Weekly one.
That's really cool.
They came really fast. I thought it was going to take forever.
That's what she said.
Yeah, mine are still en route. I think it's going to come tomorrow. I ordered
That's what he said.
I ordered 2 shirts, and I'm really excited about that.
Well, the tracking said it wasn't going to get here till Thursday. So I went home just because the Jon Snow said it was delivered. So I went, and then the shirts were there too, and I was like, hell yeah. So
nice.
Yeah,
Speaking of the t-shirts, want to give a shout out to Darren over in the United Kingdom. He bought a classic Collecting Weekly t-shirt for himself.
Yeah.
Shout out, sir.
What a beautiful person. What a
gentleman.
Wait. Can we shout out Jesse really quick?
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm almost done with the show news, and then we'll get to Jesse. Well, Jesse made his choice. Okay, I'm just kidding. The YouTube channel is almost at 100 subs. We have Jesse to thank for that. I was literally just about to get to the Jesse shout out. We have Jesse to thank for that. He's helped us with tags and playlists and all these fancy things that I know not how to do.
He's amazing.
And we miss him. It's his father-in-law's birthday today, and we were sad that he couldn't be here today. But he'll be back, I think, next week. I think we'll all be back in person, and it'll be good for that. Shout out time. I wanted to give a shout out to Sergio from Staten Tech. Again, just a really great guy. Always keeping it 100%. Showing me the work in progress, explaining why there was, a delay that was in the manufacturing process. And, he really wants to put out the best quality kit that he can. And he sands it, he primes it. I think he ran out of primer once, and it was like a day that was a little bit of a delay. But I'm really excited. My stuff ships tomorrow. It's shipping FedEx. It should be here hopefully by Monday, and I am very excited for that. Also wanted to give a shout out to Brian and Chris, Six Scale Scavengers. Good podcast there. If you like what you hear in our podcast, you'll love what you hear over there. They do a lot of Marvel, a lot of Star Wars, and a lot of chats within their own community. Really cool guys. Do you guys want to give any other shout outs? I know we shouted out Jesse, but I'll let you guys take the floor.
I was just going to shout out both my sisters, Lisa and Deanie.
Yes.
Deanie will come back on the show pretty much whenever we ask her to. So,
Manny, we need a Deanie will return graphic for Ox.
Yeah, so we'll get her on the schedule. And then my other sister, Lisa, she actually just had a son 5 months ago, Seth, baby Seth, and she actually plays our podcast for him.
That is adorable.
I guess kind of whenever he's doing whatever, she'll put on our podcast so you can hear voices.
Yeah, I mean it's just so boring. We're such a boring podcast. It puts that little one to sleep right away.
Yeah. And so and then just the normal shout outs like a Don and
your sister's been following the Collecting Weekly IG, and she really enjoyed the Rise of the Dean video that I put, and then I think she tagged your mom also.
Yeah, my mom loved it. She asked me about it today. And then my mom watched our Game of Thrones recap.
Really?
She doesn't watch Game of Thrones. She's like, I don't know what you were talking about, but I watched it.
What a wonderful individual. Your mother.
Shout out Dean's mom. Dean's sister.
Do you guys have any other shout outs you wanted to give?
Go ahead. No, please. I am a gentleman. Please, I insist.
All right. I want to shout out to Damien for allowing me to complete my master apprentice relationship here.
Oh, Damien told you?
No, Damien is the one who told me that it was up.
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was also going to shout out my buddy Neil. Neil, NEIL _ Bernard, BAR.
Yeah, he followed me actually.
Yeah, he collects Legos. He actually lives in
Everybody
Belfast, where they shot Game of Thrones. So I know him from playing online games. He's gotten a few autographs. He said the crew and the actors come into town and they go to the pubs. And he's like, everyone is super nice. Everyone was so friendly. And then they have like pop-up shops and stuff, so he has some like cool Game of Thrones memorabilia.
Ooh,
I told him I'd shout him out. I was like, go follow us on YouTube, and
Yeah.
I think he followed the YouTube channel. So shout out Neil.
yeah, we're
Shout out
almost
Neil,
at
bro.
100 subs, so that's very cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this week's episode of Collecting Weekly.
I didn't
We're
even
doing
get to
a-
get my shout outs.
Go ahead. Go
Oh.
ahead.
This is the last podcast I'm on.
Go ahead, Manny. I'm
Okay.
telling you, it doesn't work over the computer. It's too complicated. There's too much
Oh, you're
switching
just
going
a
back and forth.
jerk.
This is all your fault, dude.
Jesus Christ. I don't even want to give the shout outs anymore.
to be fair, half the time that people are talking, Manny's like doing something to distract us. So it's working. It's distracting me, and now I have been distracted. Thus,
I don't know.
that's
You-
our situation that we're at right now.
I stopped listening.
You see
like-
the results and the fruits of the happening.
Yeah, this is the fruit of your labor,
See-
Manny. You've been holding up the hand. You've been holding up the old lady with the Java picture for the
I'm gonna make a graphic. Manny will not return. Anyways, I gotta give a couple shout outs. I think Dean, you may know this person, EJ.
Yeah.
He started following me.
Evolution EJ, yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's a cool dude. He always is like responding to my stories and stuff. So
He's really cool.
shout out that dude. Shout out my lovely fiance Marissa. And shout out a coworker from work. She listens also. Her name's Veronica Jones. Shout out Miss Jones.
Miss
Me and
Jones. Who?
Mrs.
Miss Jones.
Mrs. Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at the dance right there. The luscious. It's good stuff. Anyways, Manny, I don't want to interrupt you. The floor is yours. If you have more
Yeah.
shout out to Rate the
I'm
Flicks.
done.
Why?
Nah,
Yeah.
screw rate the flicks.
Wait, Manny, do you have another story for us?
No, I do not.
No, please rate the flicks because I have a picture I want to queue up, and it's gonna be awesome.
You want to you want to do rate the flicks?
Yeah.
I saw Pet Cemetery last. I do not recommend it. It's a horrible movie. Save your money. Save your $12. I am going to see Hellboy this week, so I'll have one. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to be on the podcast anymore. So you guys can follow me on Instagram.
Wow.
Ooh, that
That's
is
so nice, dude. We're gonna
that is
miss you.
wild. Do you guys want to hear?
I'm going to go with Cody on his podcast.
Okay, yeah, it'll never get posted.
Wow, Cody, if you're listening to this, I have a MacBook. I'll hook
That
you
is
up.
that is an inside joke from the first
Wow.
iteration. Of,
That was dirty, bro.
Of that one podcast with you know who.
Wow.
Sorry, I had
Yeah.
to mute myself for a second
Salt.
there.
You made my blood pressure go
Salt
high
and
with all that salt.
Anyways,
Hey, I got a picture queued
There
up
it
right
is. There it is.
let's see it.
What was
Manny's
that
a
from?
White Walker.
I don't even know what this was from, but
Oh, that was from when I had R2.
it's my favorite reaction. So you're gonna come at me hard. I'm coming at you.
Yeah, please do it. I'm here waiting. I'll even take my shirt off.
Oh. Yeah, you don't want to get any on your shirt.
It's all right.
You guys are wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, anyone have any fun stories they want to share in Collecting Weekly before we end the live stream? I guess the show's already over, but anyone? I got maybe a little bit of a story. It's not amazing, but
Oh hell yeah, let's do it.
all right. So last week we were playing outside, and my daughter found a baseball in like this gutter that we have near our street. We live in a cul-de-sac. And she really liked it. Like she was throwing it and she was chasing it, having the time of her life. But I was worried that she was going to throw it at a kid and hurt a kid. Additionally, I was worried that she was going to throw it at a car because she was like really like winding up to do it. And so I took it away and she threw a big tantrum. And the next day I was like, okay, I'm at Walmart. I'm going to buy her a soccer ball, one of these. And so I bought the soccer ball and I went to my car. You know, I bought groceries or whatever. And when I got to her daycare, I was like, I'm going to.
You buy groceries at Walmart?
Well,
Who
I
does that?
I do it. I have to
There's
do
an
it for work.
HEB around your house. Oh.
No, I know that. But with my work situation, like I have to get it at Walmart.
Okay,
It's a
that's
long
fair.
story.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's a long story. At any rate, so
I'm gonna start calling you
I
Great
get
Value.
home and or to the daycare, and I open up like the bag. And I'm like, I'm gonna give her the ball when she gets in the car seat. She's gonna be so happy, and I can't find the ball. So I'm like, shit. So I call Walmart and I tell them like, hey, I lost this ball, and I describe it and I tell them it's like, you know, it's like a tiny little soccer ball. It's not a full size one. and they're like, we'll check the self-checkout. Sure enough, they can't find it. So I'm really upset. And I'm like, well, I'm going to get the ball. Like, I'm going to go back and look for it. So I go back, and it's not in the cart rack, and it's not in the area that I had self-checked out. And I asked the guy that's at the checkout, is a different guy that was there, just a few minutes before. And he's like, we already looked. We don't have it. But he says, like, we already looked. We don't have it. Almost like implying that I'm trying to rip Walmart off for the stupid ball. So I'm like, well, here's my receipt. And he doesn't even look at it. He's like, we can't do anything for you. And I guess that makes sense. But the way he said it was like really implying like, you're trying to rip us off for this stupid ball. So I'm already back at Walmart. I wasted like 20 minutes getting back to Walmart. So I'm like, I'm just going to buy another ball and like be done with it. So I buy the ball and I'm checking out, and the girl's like, man, I can't even remember the last time I bought a ball. Well, I bought a soccer ball. And I'm like, I can, because it was 10 minutes ago and I was just here and I lost it. And she's laughing, but she's like, I can't, I have to charge you for the ball. And I'm like, that's fine. So at this point, no one at Walmart wants to help me, and everyone's assuming that I'm a thief. Oh my God.
Dude, Manny, let him tell the story. I'm into it.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't want to tell the story anymore. We're done with the story. No, I don't want to tell. No, Manny's being so mean to me. I don't want to do it.
See, you don't like how it feels, huh?
Tell me the ball.
No, I'm gonna cut this whole segment out of the podcast. No. I didn't want to tell anymore. I don't want to tell. Manny really hurt my feelings there.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, so I'm leaving Walmart, and of course they check all my bags because my wife was like, "Oh, if you're gonna go back, get this and this." I assume the guy at the register told the person like, "Hey, make sure this guy paid for this ball." Really stupid, because when I walked by, he mean mugged me, and I get outside, and I don't want this to sound bad, but Walmart employs people that have disabilities, and they do different tasks throughout Walmart. And one of these guys, he's a greeter, and I was like, "Hey, do you know if anyone found a ball?" And he's like, "You know what? We did find a ball." And he gets really excited. He's like, "We found it," and sure enough, it was in the bag, in the cart, and I was like so happy. And I just wanted to shout out this guy, Morton at Walmart, the Walmart that I shop at, a really cool guy. And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna shout you out. Like, that's like the coolest thing. And I felt so good because like this whole time, these people were just like judging me and thinking like, oh, this guy's trying to rip us off for the stupid ball.
For a $4 ball.
For a fucking $4 ball. And the one guy that believed me, found it, helped me out, helped me pull all the carts out, because it was in the cart. Someone had just pushed all the carts together, and he found it, and it's a wonderful story. Don't ever give up on your dreams. I found the ball. Now I have 2 balls, and that's the story of how I got 2 balls.
That's finally Zach is living life with 2 balls.
Yes. I started up.
I lost my wallet the other day.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so I was at work, and I bought breakfast, and I think what had happened was I put my wallet on the seat, and it slid into the taco bag.
Uh-huh.
Hey!
So after I eat breakfast, I go pick up a truck, and then I'm like, oh, I need gas. So I go to the gas station, and while I'm pumping gas, I'm like, oh, let me throw the trash away in this truck, because it's a work truck. So I throw everything away. We go about the day, and then someone asked me to drive a different truck. So I was like, okay, let me make sure I have my wallet in case I get pulled over.
Uh-huh.
Cannot find my wallet. I'm like, it's either at this place or this place.
Yeah.
So I go to the gas station because the first place it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I know the trash can I threw it away in. Like, if anything, I'll just have to dig through the trash for a second. Because I like crumpled the bag up so there was no way anything could fall out. So I drive all the way to the gas station, and I pull up to the pump, and I look, brand new trash bag.
Oh, that's the
I'm
worst.
like, shit. So I walk inside, I'm like, hey, I think I threw away my wallet in this trash bag. This is going to sound weird, but is there any way I could get to the dumpster? And the dude was like, dude, the dump truck literally left like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
They took it. So I was without a wallet and my credit cards, and I had to cancel everything, and so I don't have an ID anymore, which sucks. And then luckily I just got both my credit cards back, so or debit
I
cards.
thought the story was gonna have a happy ending. I was
No,
really
it
happy
is
for
a
you.
shit ending. So
I know. I thought you were like. and then I
watch
found it
watch
and then I
after your
found it
wallet.
again.
It's not a happy ending like Zach's story.
Oh
Mine's
man,
more of a Game of Thrones story.
I know you had me at the edge of my seat. I was enthralled. Anyways, I don't know about those stories in the podcast.
No,
Manny ruined my story. with
Oh,
that
now you know how it feels,
interruption.
crybaby. So let me tell you this real quick. Like when she goes through so many guys, eventually you're like, no, it's the girl. It's not the guys that you're with, right?
Right.
Zach, that's the way Zach is with stores. Everywhere you go, dude, you have a problem. So maybe it's not the stores.
What?
Wow.
That is not true. I have nothing but kindness at the UPS store. And,
That's the only place you go.
that's the only place I go. I do a lot of business there. A lot of business for everything. Anyways, guys, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Rainer.
Oh,
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm Rainer.
All right.
We're done.
I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
oh, now it's
Oh my god. It's Zach, Dean, Manny, and Rainer. Sydney, what are you doing? You're like leaning away from your mic. I don't even know how that's possible.
My mic's right here on my face. I can't lean away from it.
I know, but you sounded really far away. Okay, all right, one more time. Ready? 1, 2. I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Manny.
I'm Rainer.
Have a good one. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.